I'm Mary Catherine.
I'm Gianni.
Welcome to Study Break, Fordham's one and only entertainment TV network.
We create,
we cover,
and we chat with one another. We're so excited to be back for the new season, and we have a ton of great content coming up for Spring 2020, so make sure to stay tuned.
New year, new material, and new performances are on campus.
Really? Like what?
The Mimes are performing their musical Pippin soon.
That's right, and our guests might know a little bit more about this. Everyone, please give a big round of applause to Matt, Elena, and Pat, the stars of the upcoming musical.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today.
I'm feeling a little starstruck, if I do say so myself. It's good to see you.
Can you start by telling us a little bit more about what Mimes and Mummers does?
Yeah, it's me. So Mimes and Mummers is the oldest performing theater club on campus. We're actually the oldest student-run theater club in the country. So we put on 4 shows a year, 2 musicals, 2 plays, and we're entirely student-run. And the only thing that really sets us apart from being 100% student-run is that we hire directors from the Broadway and off-Broadway scene in the New York, New Jersey area. So we have a lot of really cool people that we get to interact with throughout the process. Our director now, Christy, has worked off-Broadway on a few shows. For the last musical we did, All Shook Up, our director went from doing that 1 week to a few weeks later, he was the deputy director of 24-hour plays on Broadway. So we get to interact with a lot of really cool people that you wouldn't typically get to meet when you're doing student theater, but it's a really fun process. I've been doing it for my entire Fordham career, but I love everything about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, where does the name of the club come from? Because it sounds very interesting.
That's a really good question.
An excellent question.
Can't tell you that, but next year is 100 years of being the Mimes and Mummers, and we're excited about that.
That's a long time. Wow.
Very long.
Tell us a little bit about Pippin without spoiling anything.
Oof. Well, I don't know. Pippin, generally, people are kind of like confused by it because the plot's kind of like confusing, I guess. And it's really like about just like taking control of your life and stuff and finding out where you belong and where you don't belong. And yeah, it's pretty much finding out that. That's great.
Can you each tell us a little bit about what you think are the most challenging and rewarding parts of each of your individual roles?
Okay. My role is pretty challenging because I'm like on stage the entire time. I'm supposed to be like running the show. So just like staying laser focused to everything that's happening on stage the whole time is a challenge. But it's also very rewarding because, well, I was a dancer like my whole life, and there's like a lot of dancing in the show, and like I get to go full out, no holding back. Like a lot of it is up to me, what I have to do, which is also a challenge, but like it's really fun. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of opposite of Elena. I am not a dancer at all, but the show is like pretty much all dancing and singing. So that's kind of the biggest challenge for me, just like learning how to move, really.
Right. Yeah.
So.
And then I think for me, being on the executive board of the club, we also have to head a design department. So I'm the sound designer for this show. And balancing a department and being at the show in the same time is a very difficult process. Thankfully, I have a lot of people to help me with that department. But that's kind of one of the biggest challenges for me.
Right. Nice.
So what do you want audiences to take away from Pippin?
Wow. I don't know. Yeah, me personally, I guess, just like kind of like reinforcing the idea that like you're in control of your life and what you do, even though things might not go the way you originally planned or how you want them to. Yeah, it's ultimately up to you.
That was a good message.
I think it's a good show for us college kids because basically Pippin is trying to find the meaning of his life the entire show, and I know I'm always asked, what do you want to do with the rest of your life? And I have no idea. So he's like trying to find something that will fulfill him, and I think like you realize in the end that like you just have to find something to like devote yourself to that you really love and care about, and then that will help you find meaning in life.
And then for me, just going back to the design aspect of it all, since it is like my last big musical at Fordham, I want it to just kind of blow everyone's minds, and we have like these crazy costumes we've pulled already. The lighting design is looking like it's going to be out of this world. We've ordered Heelys, we've ordered monk robes, we've ordered more wood than anyone could possibly ever hope to carry. But it's a lot of just really cool tech that we're doing, and I'm really excited for people to be blown away by that.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. That sounds really cool.
Me too. What would you say you love most about the show?
I really like the dancing, which is a hot take on my end because I can't do it, but everyone else looks better than me doing the dancing, and so I think it's even Tobin does.
Thanks.
But I really just love seeing everyone be able to do things that I can't. That's my favorite part of the whole thing.
Yeah, I really like the dancing, and then I also just like singing with my friends. It's so fun. The last thing that Pat will ever sing in a Mimes musical is a little duet with me, so that's a little sentimental for us. And then also my favorite song in the show, me and Matt sing together, so I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, for me, I guess like it's a show that really depends on everyone like doing their own thing like as best as they can do it, which is like when we do it well, it's so awesome. So that's like, yeah, that's the best part, I think.
Nice.
And so, how do you want the Mimes and Mummers to be remembered as? Because graduation's approaching, so some of you are not going to be here. So, what's the most important to you about this show that you would want people to remember?
Oh man,
That is a question for you.
that seems like a question for me. Yeah, no, I think one of the most important parts for me as I enter the last 2.5 weeks of my last musical at Fordham is probably just I want everybody to know that this club is going to do great things in the future, and I mean these two are prime examples of it all. Elena's a freshman, Tobin, the last time we were in this room we were dancing for Adam's Family together. Good times. But I've seen both of them grow immensely over the last 2 years or a year, and I would just love for people to see how great things will be when there's an elevator and I'm gone.
Yeah, if there's an elevator.
There's an elevator.
That's exciting.
Some renovations. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Thanks for having us.
And of course, don't miss Pippin. It's going to be running from Thursday, February 20th to Sunday, February 23rd in the Collins Auditorium.
From our team to yours, we wish you the best of luck. Break a leg.
Thank you.
Okay, so for this next segment, I have an idea. Since the Oscars are coming up, let's have a little debate of sorts. Out of all the Best Picture nominees, we'll go head to head. We'll decide which one's best. Then just talk about it, give our final opinions. What do you guys think?
All right, sounds good. Who's up for Best Picture?
All right, so we have Ford versus Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Woman, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite.
All right, I'm going to go first. I personally think I really like Joker when I first saw it. It's already had, I think, about 11 other Oscar nominations so far. I really loved the story. It was much more realistic in a sense because it wasn't just about the whole DC thing. It was about a person going through a bad experience and just what it would turn them into, that kind of thing. But I'd say as a strong runner-up, I'd say 1917. I just saw it last week. It's great cinematically. The story is very interesting. So,
Yeah, my brother loved that one.
Yeah, those are both great movies, but I love Parasite. It's so good. Like, the cinematography is amazing, the story is amazing. Like, it goes from, like, a comedy to a tragedy to, like, a thriller. Like, it's insane, and it's just, like, the entire time I was just, like, on the edge of my seat while watching it. It's so good. Like, I really hope it wins Best Picture, and it's just so beautifully shot as well. It's a fantastic film.
Yeah, I've heard great things about Parasite. I do think it's going to win for International Best Film, though. So I want to spread the wealth. I feel like right now is the best time for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood to win. I think Hollywood's going through a whole shift with all the new streaming, and it's like an ode to old Hollywood. It's never going to be the same. So, like, recognize it, appreciate it, celebrate it. It should win.
That's fair. I think, like, I feel like an honorable mention is Jojo Rabbit. I love that movie. It was so funny. I love Taika
Very
Waititi.
funny.
He's
It's
just
such a
the
crazy,
best.
it's
And
such a
just
crazy
like,
idea.
it's a
to begin
bizarre
with,
story,
like,
but it's fun and it's
It
like,
is,
it's-
and it did a good job balance. That's a tough balance.
It
Like,
is, yeah. It
how do you
definitely is.
talk
Like, at some
about-
point I was like laughing, but I was also crying at the same time, and I was like,
Right.
"This is insane! What is happening
Yeah.
right now?" So yeah, it's like a good like balance, I think.
Absolutely. And Little Women is notable. It's great.
Yes, of course. Greta Gerwig
It's
did
a
a great
great-
job.
She
Yeah.
did, and she should have been nominated for Best Director.
She should
no
have,
women
yes.
directors.
No
We're not-
directors
not a
this
There
year?
were
single
no
one.
women.
Oh, wow.
Not a single woman.
The
Hasn't she
Academy,
done-
do better.
Hasn't,
Seriously.
hasn't she gotten a few nominations beforehand already? Isn't she like 20-something years old? She's very young, though.
She is young.
She
She's
is
very
quite
young.
young. Yeah.
So she's got time. She's got time,
Yeah,
you're right.
she's
Yeah.
got a lot of time.
They'll make up
Hopefully
for
soon.
it. Yeah.
And on that fine note, we're going to close up today's episode.
As always, remember to contact us at fordhametv@gmail.com, on our Instagram at fordham_studybreak.
Yeah, seriously. The Instagram has a ton of fun content coming up, so I promise you won't regret it if you give us a follow.
And of course, we're always looking for new members and new ideas, so spread the word so we can help us create, cover,
And
share
with
with
one
one
another. See you next time.
Bye.